According to the National Electrical Code, NEC Article 430.83, a minimum of 36 inches of clear working space is required in front of electrical equipment, including disconnects. This is crucial for safe operation and maintenance. While eliminating disconnects by locating panel boards within site might seem space-saving, it's generally not recommended. Firstly, disconnects provide a convenient and accessible means of isolating equipment for servicing or emergencies. Secondly, the NEC typically mandates disconnects for most electrical equipment, including washers and dryers. Thirdly, insurance companies may require disconnects for certain equipment as a condition of coverage. If providing the required 36 inches of space between disconnects and equipment is challenging, consider these alternative options. 1. Remote disconnects involve installing disconnects in a nearby, convenient location, such as a hallway or closet. 2. Pull-out disconnects are designed to be pulled out from the wall for servicing, saving space. 3. Combination disconnects integrate the disconnect, circuit breaker, or fuse into a single unit, reducing overall space needed. While maintaining the 36-inch clear working space is ideal, if it's not feasible, remote or pull-out disconnects can help meet code requirements and ensure safety. For the washers that operate at 208 volts 3-phase and the dryers at 120 volts 1-phase, each piece of equipment requiring a disconnect at the equipment, the 36-inch clearance is still applicable. The voltage and phase configuration of the equipment doesn't negate the need for the working space required by the NEC. The primary reason for this working space is to ensure the safety of personnel who may need to access the disconnect for maintenance, troubleshooting, or in emergency situations. The 36-inch clearance provides enough room for a person to stand comfortably and safely operate the disconnect switch without being obstructed or exposed to potential hazards. Now, regarding locating the panel boards within sight of the washers and dryers to potentially eliminate the need for individual disconnects, this approach has a few considerations. Firstly, the NEC does permit the elimination of individual disconnects at the equipment if the panel board serving the equipment is within sight and readily accessible. Within sight typically means visible from the equipment and not more than 50 feet away. Readily accessible means the panel board is not obstructed and can be reached quickly without having to climb over obstacles or go through locked doors. Secondly, even if the panel board is within sight and readily accessible, some local jurisdictions or inspectors may still require individual disconnects at the equipment for added safety and convenience. It's always best to check with the local authority having jurisdiction to confirm their specific requirements. Thirdly, from a practical standpoint, having individual disconnects at each washer and dryer provides a convenient way to de-energize the equipment for servicing without having to go back to the panel board. This can save time and effort, especially in a large laundry facility. Now let's explore a bit more about each of the alternative options for situations where the 36-inch clearance is difficult to achieve. Remote disconnects, as mentioned earlier, involve locating the disconnects in a nearby, more accessible location. This could be a hallway, closet, or even a dedicated electrical room. The key is to ensure that the disconnects are clearly labeled to identify which equipment they serve. This option is particularly useful when space is limited directly in front of the washers and dryers. Pull-out disconnects are a type of disconnect switch that is designed to be easily removed from its enclosure for servicing. This allows for a more compact installation as the working space is only needed when the disconnect is being actively worked on. These disconnects are often used in residential and light commercial applications where space is at a premium. Combination disconnects, which combine the disconnect switch with a circuit breaker or fuse, offer another space-saving solution. These units provide both overcurrent protection and a means of disconnecting the power to the equipment in a single device. They are available in various sizes and configurations to suit different applications. It's important to note that when selecting any type of disconnect switch, it must be properly rated for the voltage and current requirements of the equipment it is serving. The disconnect switch should also be listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories to ensure that it meets safety standards. In addition to the NEC requirements, It's also important to consider any local codes or regulations that may apply to the installation of washers and dryers. These codes may have additional requirements for disconnects, wiring methods, and other electrical aspects of the installation. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations. Proper labeling of all electrical components is crucial for safety and ease of maintenance. All disconnect switches, panel boards, and other electrical equipment should be clearly labeled to identify their function and the equipment they serve. This will help prevent confusion and ensure that the correct equipment is de-energized when necessary. Regular inspection and maintenance of electrical equipment is essential for preventing electrical hazards. Disconnect switches should be inspected periodically to ensure that they are in good working condition and that the contacts are clean and tight. Any damaged or worn component should be replaced immediately. When working with electrical equipment, always follow safe work practices. De-energize the equipment before performing any maintenance or repairs. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not qualified to work on electrical equipment, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. The goal is to achieve a safe and compliant electrical installation for the washers and dryers while also considering the practical aspects of maintenance and operation. Understanding the NEC requirements, exploring alternative disconnect options, and consulting with qualified professionals will help ensure a successful outcome. So to summarize, you do indeed need 36 inches between the disconnects and the washers and dryers as dictated by the NEC. While you could try to locate the panel boards within sight to eliminate the disconnects, it is often not advisable due to safety, code compliance, and potential insurance requirements. Alternative options like remote disconnects, pull-out disconnects, and combination disconnects can be used if the 36-inch clearance is not feasible. Prioritize safety and adhere to all applicable codes and regulations when designing and installing the electrical system for these appliances. Also remember that the electrical disconnect should be readily accessible and not blocked or obstructed in any way. Consider the placement of other equipment, storage, or any other potential obstacles that could impede access to the disconnect. The disconnect should be installed in a location where it can be easily reached and operated without the need for special tools or equipment. If the disconnect is located in a potentially wet or damp environment, it should be rated for the environment. An M3R or 4 rated enclosure may be necessary to protect the disconnect from moisture and corrosion. Consider the aesthetics of the installation. While functionality is the primary concern, it's also important to consider how the disconnects will look in the overall space. Choose disconnects that are aesthetically pleasing and that blend in with the surroundings. Ensure that the disconnects are installed in a neat and professional manner. All wiring should be properly routed and secured, and all connections should be tight and clean. A sloppy or unprofessional installation can be a safety hazard and can also detract from the overall appearance of the space. Think about future maintenance and repairs when planning the installation. Consider how the disconnects will be accessed and serviced in the future. Ensure that there is enough space around the disconnects to allow for easy access for maintenance and repairs. If the disconnects are located in a difficult-to-reach area, consider using remote disconnects to make maintenance easier. By considering all of these factors, you can ensure that the electrical installation for the washers and dryers is safe, compliant, and functional. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations and that it is performed in a safe and professional manner. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it should only be performed by qualified individuals. Working with electricity can be hazardous if not done correctly. Always take the necessary precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock and other hazards. De-energize the circuit before working on any electrical equipment, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform the work safely and correctly. Consider the long-term costs of the electrical installation. While it may be tempting to cut corners to save money upfront, it's important to consider the long-term costs of the installation. A poorly designed or installed electrical system can lead to higher energy bills, increased maintenance costs, and even safety hazards. Investing in a quality electrical installation upfront can save you money in the long run. Consider the impact of the electrical installation on the environment. Choose energy-efficient equipment and wiring methods to reduce your environmental impact. Properly dispose of any waste materials generated during the installation. By considering the environmental impact of the electrical installation, you can help to protect the planet for future generations. Ensure that the electrical installation is properly documented. Keep a record of all wiring diagrams, equipment specifications, and inspection reports. This documentation will be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. It will also be useful if you ever need to sell the property. Review the NEC Table 310.15. B16 for allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts 60 degrees Celsius through 90 degrees Celsius in free air. For the proper sizing of conductors for the washer and dryer circuits, this table will provide guidance based on the conductor's temperature rating and the ambient temperature. Then refer to NEC section 210.19. A1 for branch circuit conductor sizing. The conductors must have an ampacity not less than the maximum current to be served. In the case of the washers and dryers, this means the conductors must be sized to handle the load of the appliances plus any additional loads on the circuit. NEC section 220.14 provides methods for calculating branch circuit loads. For appliances like washers and dryers, the nameplate rating is typically used to determine the load. Remember to consider any demand factors that may be applicable, as outlined in Article 220. Finally, NEC section 250.122 dictates equipment grounding conductor sizing. The equipment grounding conductor (EG) must be sized according to the overcurrent protective device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse protecting the circuit. This ensures that the EGC can safely carry fault current back to the source in the event of a ground fault.